In our Vedic chanting, today we will do the Vijaya Suktam, 4 mantras only, and again in our Dhyana Puraka Mantrocharana also, Santana Lakshmi and Vijay Lakshmi are the mantras today we have to learn and chant. Then we have our common sense thought simple. We will do our Shanti mantras, Guru Smarana mantras, Guru Parampara. Sankalpa let us do consciously. Let us chant our Upanishad mantra and see the 16th mantra, the pointers that are given to contemplate, meditate on the self to realize it, because that is the only way for moksha. So, for all these 7 activities, welcome you all. Respected friends, may our personality get blossomed with our efforts and may we be blessed by the Parabrahma Ishvara Jagannatha, Devata Gana, Guru Gana, Shastra Gana, so that our life is fulfilled every moment and fulfilled fully. Let us do our first Vedic chanting, Vijaya Suktam. Here, Lord Indra is prayed to first give us all abilities and strengths to fight and remove all the weaknesses and diseases. Then also any of the attacks done by the enemies be warded off. They won't hit us. This is how Vijaya Suktam. Meaning, when it is like this, we being spiritual people, we know which Vijaya we want. For the Dharma Vijaya, for the Desha Vijaya, for the Samskriti Vijaya, and most importantly, the Adhyatmikata. Right? Let us start. Oh, you got it. Om Atha Vijaya Suktam Atharvana Vedantargata Om Vidma Sharasya Pitaram Parjanyam Bhuridhayasam Om Vidma Sharasya Pitaram Parjanyam Bhuridhayasam Vidma Sharasya Pitaram Parjanyam Bhuridhayasam Vidma Sharasya Pitaram Parjanyam Bhuridayasam Vidmoshvasya Mataram Prithivim Bhurivarpasam 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 Jakevariно Samashmanam Namashmanam Tanvam Krudhi Jakevarino Namashmanam Tanvam Krudhi Vidurvariyo Rati Ravadvesham Syakrudhi Vidurvariyo Rati Ravadvesham Syakrudhi. Second mantra. The third one is Vruksham Yadgavaha Parishasvajana Vruksham Yadgavaha Parishasvajana Anuspuram Sharamarchantriubham Anuspuram Sharamarchantriubham Sharumasmadhyayavad Idyumindra Sharumasmadhyayavad Idyumindra. Fourth one. Yathadyam cha prithivim cha Yathadyam cha prithivim cha Antastisthati tejasam Antastisthati tejasam Tejanam अन्तस्तिष्ठति ते जनम् एवारोगं चास्रावं च एवारोगं चास्रावं च अन्तस्तिष्ठतु मुञ्चयित् अन्तस्तिष्ठतु मुञ्चयित्. They're all the Vedic Bhasha, Vedic, those days how the minds were there of the rishis and the disciples and their mutual tuning and the language employed by them, the examples used by them, they're all in their own way. But the main meaning remains the same ever, ki may there be every sort of vijaya in all our positive endeavors. That much we can keep in mind. ॐ विद्मा शरस्य पितरं पर्जन्यं भूरिधायसं विद्मोऽश्वस्य मातरं पृथिवीं भूरिवर्पसम्. Again, ॐ विद्मा शरस्य पितरं पर्जन्यं भूरिधायसं विद्मोऽश्वस्य मातरं पृथिवीं भूरिवर्पसम्. जाकेवरिणो समा नमाश्मानं तन्वं कृधि वीडुर्वरीयो रातिरवद्वेषां स्याकृधि जाकेवरिणो नमाश्मानं तन्वं कृधि वीडुर्वरीयो रातिरवद्वेषां स्याकृधि वृक्षं यद्गावः परिशस्वजाना अनुस्फुरं शरमर्चन्त्र्युभं शरुमस्मद्यायवदिद्युमिन्द्र वृक्षं यद्गावः परिशस्वजाना अनुस्फुरं शरमर्चन्त्र्युभं शरुमस्मद्यायवदिद्युमिन्द्र यथाद्यां च पृथिवीं चान्तस्तिष्ठति ते जनम् एवारोगं चास्रावं चान्तस्तिष्ठतु मुञ्चयित् यथाद्यां च पृथिवीं चान्तस्तिष्ठति ते जनम् एवारोगं चास्रावं चान्तस्तिष्ठतु मुञ्चयित्. Okay. Let us chant again 2 times the whole suktam. Om Atha Vijaya Suktam. Om Vidma Sharasya Pitaram Parjanyam Bhuridayasam Vidmoshvasya Mataram Prithivim Bhurivarpasam Jakevarino Namashmanan Tanvam Krudhi Vidurvariorathiravadvesham Syakrudhi. वृक्षं यद्गावः परिशस्वजाना अनुस्फुरं शरमर्चन्त्र्युभं शरुमस्मद्यायवदिद्युमिन्द्र यथाद्यां च पृथिवीं चान्तस्तिष्ठति ते जनम् एवारोगं चास्रावं चान्तस्तिष्ठतु मुञ्चयित्. Once more. If it is in book form, it would have been easier. Om Vidma Sharasya Pitaram Parjanyam Bhuridayasam Vidmoshvasya Mataram Prithivim Bhurivarpasam Jakevarino Namashmanan Tanvam Krudhi Vidurvariyo Rathiravadvesham Syakrudhi वृक्षं यद्गावः परिशस्वजाना अनुस्फुरं शरमर्चन्त्र्युभुं शरुमस्मद्यायवदिद्युमिन्द्र यथाद्यां च पृथिवीं चान्तस्तिष्ठति ते जनम् एवारोगं चास्रावं चान्तस्तिष्ठतु मुञ्चयित्. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Tomorrow we will do the Arogya Suktam. Keep it ready. it has got around mantras numbering 6, 7, I think 8 of them. Okay. Hmm. 9 mantras are there. Arogya Suktam. Right. Now, in our second activity of the day, our Dhyana Purvaka Mantrocharanam, we are doing Ashtalakshmi mantras. Today it is. You see, we have seen Adi Lakshmi, we have seen Dhanya Lakshmi, we have seen Dhairya Lakshmi, and yesterday Samrajya Daini Gaja Lakshmi. Today we do Santana Lakshmi and also the Jaya Lakshmi. The Santana Lakshmi is the mother who gives Santana. And for the humanity to continue, for the joy of the progeny, for the creation to continue, and for the couple to have very good children. These blessings of Santana Lakshmi very important. And Santana, if we can expand the meaning, the Santana also in various fields. If you are in any profession, whether it is your own business started or you are working in any government office, the next generation is called Santana. May the very good next generation come, isn't it? In spiritual field, the Santana is the Nada Santana, isn't it? Nada Santati it's called. To the parents when the children are born, that's called Bindu Santati. And to the gurus, the disciples come and learn from them, and they themselves become gurus later on in their maturity. They continue spreading that culture and spirituality. That's called as the Nada Santati. The disciple become children of the Guru through the teachings. As a teacher, that type of Pita he is. And as the taught, they are the children. So that Santana also should be there. That every of the Gurus have so many of disciples learning from him all the wonderful things for the life and for sadhana. And they all living them fully well. When they too become matured and they also give that vidya to the next generation, it is so wonderful. That's called Santana Lakshmi Mantra. Then we have the Jaya Lakshmi Mantra. As we just now is a Vijaya Suktam, here also Jaya Lakshmi. And now the wars are going on. So good should win, good should prevail. Without war, if good can win, nothing like that. So we also, as yesterday's last thought in the evening class also, ki every moment there is the yuddha continuously going on. Within us also, for sadhana, may there be victory for the higher and positive always. So the Santana Lakshmi mantra is Om Matrurupinyai Vidmahe Santana Dayinyai Cha Dhimahi Tanno Santana Lakshmi Prachodayat. So Matrurupinyai Santana Dayinyai Santana Lakshmi. Matrupini, Santanadayini, Santana Lakshmi. Same way, Om Jaya Rupinyai Vidmahe, Jaya Dayinyai Cha Dhimahi, Tanno Jaya Lakshmi Prachodayat. So, Vidmahe, we know the Parabrahma only in the form of Parameshwara with Maya alone is in the form of these respective devatas with those abilities required for accomplishing those works at different periods of history at different places for the different jivas. देखी नहीं? Like the oceanic water alone is the water in my own tap for my consumption, for my cooking, for my bathing, washing, etc. Isn't it? Finally, it's oceanic water only. So too, the rice grains which I eat are nothing but the part of the same rice or the grains which have come from the earth totally. सारे जगह पे जहाँ पे अनाज है coming from the पृथ्वी only, total. A part of it has come into my plate for my consumption. Isn't it? That way, if you see, everything has come from total. Same way, all these devatas are the Samashti Ishvara only, coming with those powers specific to do the specific work. Like all specialized doctors are basically doctors. Vaidya Shastra, they are all the doctors, Vaidyacharyas or Vaidyas, all. Generally, it's medicine. In that medicine, again, from the total huge ocean of medicine, some are specialized in this part of the body, that part, and that part. That's what they do. Are they any time separate from the total medicine? Isn't it? Not. Basically, it is Vaidya Vritti, Vaidya Shastra. Okay, he wants to take care of eye. He studied that and he becomes that. He wants to take care of ears. Okay. Somebody wants to take care of the skin, the heart, or the bones, whatever. It's all one total samashti vaidya jnanam. उनमें से he has learned. I just want to do orthopedics. Okay, do. Everywhere from the samashti vidyas only we part. Samashti vidya. In that, if a branch is mathematics, that teacher has chosen to teach that. And physics, he chose to teach that one. In the same way, from the Samasti Shakti only, Mother Saraswati is there to give Vidya, Lakshmi Devi to give the wealth. Each one, that way we have to know. Never ever any of these devatas are separate from the Samasti Shakti Yukta Parameshwara. And that Parameshwara, when he consumes Maya, Maya is also not creating. Conditioning and duality in him, he is Sakshat Parabrahma. Parabrahma with Maya is Ishvara. The Ishvara alone with Maya Shakti specifically expressed is the sun, moon, star, earth, and Indra, Varuna, Vayu, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati, all that. Even I should never have any doubt in this regard. Therefore, Vidmahe, then Dhimahi, to all the devatas duly we do Upasana, Stotra, Bhajana, Kirtana, Namasmarana, all that leading to Dhyana sthiti. Dhyana is such level of tuning ourselves to the divine so completely that from that side the divine sees it and reciprocates. Dhyana, highest level it is. Dhimahi is that. हमारे बुद्धि को पूरा आपकी तरफ हमने रखा फोकस करके. प्रचोदयात इज वी आर आस्किंग टू डू द प्रचोदनम फॉर अवर आध्यात्मिक प्रगति. ओके, दिस इज व्हाट, राइट. रूपिणी, दायिनी, लक्ष्मी, राइट. संतान एंड जया. ओम संतान रूपिण्यै विद्महे संतानदायिन्यै च धीमहि तन्नो संतानलक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ संतानरूपिण्यै विद्महे संतानदायिन्यै च धीमहि तन्नो संतानलक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात्. 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 While chanting this, in every of the field of the world where all jivas are taken care, in all those fields, the Samyak Tanoti Santana, the next generation should come up with more abilities, more responsibilities, more duty orientations. If it is politics, let great politicians be born as next generation. If science and technology, the genius should be born. In the arts and crafts, those type of. So to continue the culture and tradition, more and more santana should be born who are dedicated to that work. Finally, for the spiritual knowledge to spread also the spiritual santana of the giant saints more and more be born in the whole universe so that the spiritual guidance is abundantly available for all. ॐ सन्तानरूपिण्यै विद्महे सन्तानदायिन्यै च धीमहि तन्नो सन्तानलक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात् ॐ सन्तानरूपिण्यै विद्महे सन्तानदायिन्यै च धीमहि तन्नो सन्तानलक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात् ॐ सन्तानरूपिण्यै विद्महे सन्तानदायिन्यै च धीमहि तन्नो सन्तानलक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात् ॐ सन्तानरूपिण्यै विद्महे सन्तानदायिन्यै च धीमहि तन्नो सन्तानलक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात् ॐ सन्तानरूपिण्यै विद्महे सन्तानदायिन्यै च धीमहि तन्नो सन्तानलक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात् ॐ सन्तानरूपिण्यै विद्महे सन्तानदायिन्यै च धीमहि तन्नो सन्तानलक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात्. Santana. So one grossest thing we all know and praise, may your children have their own children, they have their own children. But that Santana should be Sat Santana. And the Santana is everywhere. Like the Vruksha Jati. Their Santana is next generation of Vruksha. That should be. Vruksha includes all the grains and paddy and vegetables, fruits, everything. So too, we need the Pashu Sampada. Santana means the Pashus should be born healthy and really energetic. We need the Pakshi Sampada. In their own way, they are contributing to the beauty of the world. So the Santana of the Pakshi Jati also there, and all of them should be healthy, contributing to the world. None of them should have any negative influences, destructive influences. That is the meaning. Right? Now, every noble endeavor, there should be Vijaya. Not only for us, but for everyone. है ना? सत्य का जय हो, धर्म का जय हो, न्याय का जय हो, isn't it? In that way, Mother Jay Lakshmi now. So, Santana Lakshmi, Jay Lakshmi. Adi Lakshmi, Dhanya Lakshmi, Dhairya Lakshmi, Gaja Lakshmi, Santana Lakshmi, Jay Lakshmi. Two more we are there. We have to see them tomorrow. Start. ॐ जयरूपिण्यै च विद्महे जयदायिन्यै च धीमहि तन्नो जयलक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात् ॐ जयरूपिण्यै विद्महे जयदायिन्यै च धीमहि तन्नो जयलक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात् ॐ जयरूपिण्यै विद्महे जयदायिन्यै च धीमहि तन्नो जयलक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात् ॐ जयरूपिण्यै विद्महे जयदायिन्यै च धीमहि तन्नो जयलक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात् ॐ जयरूपिण्यै विद्महे जयदायिन्यै च धीमहि तन्नो जयलक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ जयरूपिण्यै विद्महे जयदायिन्यै च धीमहि तन्नो जयलक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात्. We need two jayas, two victories. One jaya to survive comfortably. Second vijaya is that survival should be to fulfill our life. आराम से जीना और जीने का फल जो है मोक्ष वो पाना. In these two things, all of us to have the jaya. So if we pray to the mother, she will give all the required abilities, strengths, wisdoms, opportunities, conveniences, etc. ॐ जयरूपिण्यै विद्महे जयदायिन्यै च धीमहि तन्नो जयलक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ जयरूपिण्यै विद्महे जयदायिन्यै च धीमहि तन्नो जयलक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ जयरूपिण्यै विद्महे जयदायिन्यै च धीमहि तन्नो जयलक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ जयरूपिण्यै विद्महे जयदायिन्यै च धीमहि तन्नो जयलक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ जयरूपिण्यै विद्महे जयदायिन्यै च धीमहि तन्नो जयलक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ जयरूपिण्यै विद्महे जयदायिन्यै च धीमहि तन्नो जयलक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ जयरूपिण्यै विद्महे जयदायिन्यै च धीमहि तन्नो जयलक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ श्री संतानलक्ष्मी मात्रे नमः. सत्संतानं प्रदेहि प्रदेहि. ॐ श्री जयलक्ष्मी मात्रे नमः. समस्त सत्कर्मसु आध्यात्मिक साधने च जयं प्रयच्छ प्रयच्छ. So tomorrow we'll see Vidya Lakshmi as well as the Dhanalakshmi. These two are there. Right? Wonderful. Now, in our third topic today of our common sense thought, anyway, we have seen the Vijaya Suktam and also we have seen Jaya Lakshmi, Santana Lakshmi mantras. The common sense thought also be that only. Today we'll talk about two types of Vijaya, which we have to achieve with our efforts, of course, invoking the divine grace duly. Duly means from our side we put due efforts, duly from that side, whatever we deserve, the divinity will give us. Okay. So, what is that first Vijaya is always spashtata in the Siddhanta Avagahana, clarity in intellectual, uh, theoretical understanding. Vijaya in that, isn't it? Still, with all our study of Shastras, the Siddhanta regarding the Sadhya and Sadhana still is aspashta. So, we have to be victorious in making ourselves pakka in our Siddhanta Jnana. Those efforts we have to put. So, sit quietly. The quietly sitting hours now, more and more are required. Wherein Siddhanta Rupena we have to become pakka in what's the goal and what are the means. We have heard it, but we have to work on it for ourselves by ourselves. To such an extent that doubtlessly the goal is this is understood and goal is this is accepted. Understanding first required. Why the Paramatma alone has to be the goal. Thankfully, in all our Shwethashwathara Upanishad chapters, again and again, Tameva vidhitvati mrityumeti. With these shlokas, we are told why realizing the Paramatma alone is the moksha. For that, what is bandhana also we have to understand, we have to accept that is the meaning of bandhana. The janma maranas, the upadhi tadatmyas, the going through of the problem from the outer atmosphere, problem from the Panchamahabhutas, problem from the fellow beings, and fellow living beings. Problem also because of its own limitations and problems of our own mismanagement. With the upadhis we are talking. And I mismanage my upadhis that give me dukkha. The upadhis themselves have the expiry dates or modifications as per prarabdha, that also has dukkha. They are troubled by the world around us, fellow beings, wo bhi dukkha. And adi bhautika, adi daivika also, the dukkhas keep on coming. So this is why this whole thing is samsara. There is no moksha in that. There is a continuous struggle. There is struggle for sustenance and survival, struggle for maintaining them, struggle to get happiness through them. The biggest struggle is to avoid dukkha because of them, isn't it? When one reaches to the ultimate reality identity, all of these are never there. That's why it's called moksha. This thing we have to consciously, independently, with the data already collected through the listening, should study and contemplate and understand it, isn't it? Always remember, somebody telling that there is spirituality and ourselves knowing that there is spirituality. Evolution. Somebody is telling that go to satsang, ourselves coming to the satsang. Evolution. Somebody is telling us to study, our gurus, ourselves getting convinced and knowing the need of it and studying. Somebody is telling that now it's time for you to do manana. Ourselves realizing, yeah, really, अभी मैं मनन करना है मुझे. Somebody is telling that now you have to do the chintanam contemplation, and I myself doing it. Somebody is telling that this is a time for you to meditate. I myself getting convinced, yes, now this is the time for me. Where am I still getting lost in the outer world? This whole life for me is only for inner dhyana to realize the self. अंदर से जो awakening होता है ना, मस्त वो होना चाहिए. In the first thing that somebody telling us go to satsang and ourselves coming, इसमें हमारा विजय हो गया अभी. Now nobody need tell us. We come, except sometimes some heaviness, some boredom, or the mood doesn't permit, or some powerful inner excuse or vasana or outer prarabdha comes. Okay, but still we are convinced. We will come. We are coming. No, the mere fact that every day you are seated there shows that you are yourself coming. I am not compelling. मेरे आत्म शांति के लिए तो नहीं आ रहे हो ना. अब तो वो टाइम चला गया. I am also not doing this for anybody else. I am doing for myself. Nobody is prompting, forcing me now. My inner mind has awakened. Intellect has awakened. That I have to do the classes for myself. Nobody need tell. Earlier, our gurus have told, "Hey, तुम भी पढ़ो पढ़ाओ." अब उनको कहने की जरूरत. I'm just giving an idea. The very important thought, by the way, as corollary came, that also shared. It's an extended thought. The main thought going on is कि the first Vijaya is in taking time, sitting, contemplating, inquiring, and coming to clear understanding and acceptance with conviction that why the Paramatma alone has to be the goal. First Vijaya. And in that only the part B is what are the sadhanas. This is most important. है ना? Variety of the sadhanas. And by now, by listening hundreds of times, we have become very thorough in knowing what are sadhanas. The step one sadhana is from Bahirmukhata to the Antarmukhata. Isn't it? Because the self we have to realize is inside us. If it is inside, our attention should be inside. No? The one whose attention is within is called Antarmukha. So Bahirmukha to Antarmukha. First sadhana. Then Anekagra to the Ekagra of the Chitta. Second sadhana. Third Ashuddha to the Shuddha. That is our sadhana. Antakarana ko Ashuddhi se Shuddhi. Then from the Sthula to the Sukshma. From the grosser to the subtler we have to. Then the last but not the least is from the Anatma to the Atma. These are our sadhanas. Bahirmukha to Antarmukha, अनेकाग्रता से एकाग्रता में, अशुद्धि से शुद्धि में, स्थूल से सूक्ष्म में, अनात्मा से आत्मा में हमारा पूरा दृष्टि और अटेंशन बदलना इज कॉल्ड एज द साधना. Now, to achieve it are the various outer sadhanas of karma yogas, the inner sadhanas of bhakti yoga, etc. In the bhakti again, the upasanas, the japa, all of them are for what purpose? We must be very clear. These are the purposes. The abhyasa vairagyas of the yoga, tapasvadhyaya, ishvara pranidhana, adi kriya yogas, or yama niyamasana, pranayam, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi, or the Vedantic knowledge of Atma and Atma Viveka. Why that? To pull our attention away from the Anatma to the Atma. Our evening Vakyavritti text, how much it helped us. Sohamityavadharaya, Sohamityavadharaya, Tad Brahmetyavadharaya, Tad Brahmetyavadharaya. Now this new text, the next one, Lagu Vakyavritti also. Sthulo mam samayo deha, Sukshmo vasanamaya, ज्ञान कर्मेन्द्रिय सार्धम धी प्राणस्तत् शरीरगः. How nicely we are told what is anatma, what is atma. Today we will be seeing the karana sharira and then the position of the self. Oh, kitna simple words में kitna clearly it will be told. First is this, very very important. The sadhya spashtata, and why that must be the sadhya or the goal. And the sadhana spashtata. In the sadhana, what have to be achieved, we are told now. How to achieve them, that also told. Each one has to become clear for himself now. This is the first step. Most important, पहला विजय. अब दूसरा विजय क्या है? Having known the Siddhanta Jnana, these are all Siddhanta. This is my goal, this is my means, I have no doubt at all. That is Siddhanta Jnana Spashtata, in that Vijaya. Now with the Siddhanta Jnana, none of us became, nobody became Muktana. The Mukti comes only through sadhana. Therefore, the obvious second victory or Vijaya, which we have to achieve is in the ability in doing the sadhana till the sadhya is reached from not doing the sadhana. Here is the most important thing. What is that second Vijaya? For whatever the reasons I am not able to do sadhana, to bringing all the reasons with which I am able to do sadhana. That is the victory. Okay, here as we discuss one of the days, the for having the victory, there should be two people opponent fighting with each other. Right? In us, what is the fighting continuously happening and whose victory is happening right now and whose victory has to happen are these two. The opponents, the competitors, the fighters are one side, the lower mind, which is habituated to the outer life, the samsaric life. It has the power of vasanas, habits from millions of lives. That is an opponent. And उसका opposite कौन है? The higher intellect, which is recently only equipped with the sadhya sadhana, knowledge, सिद्धांत ज्ञान. इन दिनों दोनों के बीच में लड़ाई होता रहता है. You know, like yesterday's Gita, today also, स्मृति भ्रंशात बुद्धिनाशः. बुद्धि को बचाना है, बुद्धि को जिताना है. So the higher intellect, its knowledge and conviction has to be victorious over the lower mind. How to do that is the big question, you know. How to do this is simple technique. Just like in the house or in the school. Very interesting example. How the children are disciplined by the teachers. Isn't it? Mainly the children at the age of 6, 7 up to 10th, 12th age tak. They are such a dushta rakshasa type only for the teachers. कि वो सीधा बैठेगा नहीं, उसको मन होता है उठने को, उसको बाहर देखने को. He wants to go for washroom, he want to go for the water, he feels very sleepy for whatever reason. Most important is he wants to talk to the fellow next. There the teacher is teaching and this fellow is talking to other, and the teacher gets so distracted and she shout, you just shut up, why are you talking, listen to me. How many times we have seen that at that age, of the children between 6, 7 to 10, 12, if the teacher's class total time is 40 minutes, in that definitely 20, 25 minutes go only in shouting at children. Teaching will be only 15 minutes. It happens in these Balavihar type of classes also. Children are cute, they to come, but their nature is so restless that you have to tell them, sit down, don't shout, do this homework, I am telling to write. And these fellows, and more so in government schools, आजकल तो सब है. तो टीचर वहां बोर्ड पे लिखकर शी से लिखो, ये लिखता ही नहीं, इधर इधर देख रहा है, उसको अंगड़ा ही हो रहा है. अरे व्हाई डोंट यू राइट? Then he writes one word, again he doesn't, and he doesn't listen, and teacher shouts and says, tell me what I told you. And this fellow never heard. He says, don't you know what you told? See that tamasha, what happens in the schools, etc. That's a good example for the children. At home also, the terrible are these children from the age of 3, 4, 5 years. कि वो is so gaya to the whole dunya is shant. If that Kumbhakarna sleeps, whole world is so peaceful. Moment he gets up, he runs to kitchen, to the bathroom, he wants to play with water. Any objects that are there, he will take it, he will eat them, he will throw out. Hare Rama, Rama, Rama. And to maintain that fellow, you appoint an ayah. I say ayah, thus ayah, chala kabhi gaya. They cannot stand to this fellow. He will do, that's it. He will go outside, pluck the leaves or grass there. Hare, you have to say again and again, don't do that, come here, and call him for food. He will make such a natanki. Chilla chilla ke to, parents, that's why, might have prayed ki we cannot take care of children. We don't want to have more than one. That's why single child parents are growing. Because inability, so they entertain those thoughts. We cannot manage these rakshasas. One itself is more than enough. And it is true too. Homework he will not do. He wants to watch the cell phone. He wants to watch TV, wants to go out and play. What the parents are doing, what the teachers are telling, that is what is the secret of success today. Matlab, second Vijaya ka rahasya. To make our theory into practice. है. Like the teacher tells the student, mother tells the child, our higher intellect should tell our lower mind. Our higher intellect should command the lower mind. And our higher intellect should order the lower mind. And our higher intellect should scold the lower mind. That's what the parents do. That's what the teacher. We have to do that. Only in two things, not the third. One, whatever, the worldly thing the mind is projecting, the lower one. The higher intellect should tell, you stupid mind, this is what you are going on doing and destroying yourself and myself. How long you will do like that? When the thought of watching TV comes, where the thought comes into the lower mind only, because that activity is the most useless one. The higher intellect should tell that. Like a buffalo from last 30, 20 years, every day 3 hours you are wasting. What have you gained out of it? Sharam nahi aata tumko? So to that thought of the lower mind, the higher intellect should scold it. Because nobody is there now to tell me. Nobody can dare come near me. I am with myself. And within me, these are the two things. The higher intellect, the lower mind. There the war. So far, the higher intellect never even came to the battlefield also. Without coming only was always defeated. What is the meaning of it is, with all the theoretical knowledge inside, practically we are worldly only. Now bring the higher intellect, empower him. So much so that every time he is scolding and beating that lower mind, the lower mind wants to eat. The higher intellect should tell, eat only that much which is required for survival and strength. But the lower mind, no, 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 the mithai बहुत mast hai, or the namkeen khana hai. वो, you fellow, you are eating and making me your slave. How long will you make me? And you're only 1.5 inch. Only that much you know about taste. When that food goes inside stomach, how much of the heaviness is felt, how much of the disorder happening to the body and the system. You just shut up. I will not give you. In that way, within ourselves, we have to see to it that the matured, understood, knowledgeable, higher intellect should be defeating the lower intellect, lower mind. The lower mind says, "Chalo, 1 more hour so jate hain. I gave you so much chance to sleep. Every day you were demanding so long. I went on giving you only. Enough of it now. But if I don't sleep these 9 hours, I will die. Better you die than sleeping like a buffalo. You just get up, that's it. No, throughout the day it will be headache. If I don't sleep sufficiently, let the head be aching. Let us hit that head to a pillar and break it. Doesn't matter. First you get up now. You see that? We have never tried this technique of addressing the lower mind, the naughty, notorious child. With the higher intellect, the teacher who wants to mold or the parent. करना पड़ता है. अपने आप को ही कोसना है. अपने आप को डांटना है. For all the negativities, what I am doing. Few examples are given. Exactly the point 2, point B, that is the things to be done positive. है ना? The higher intellect should tell, let us sit now for doing the puja. The lower mind says, no, what is puja? I cannot do. हमारे खानदान में पूजा नहीं करते. All the North Indians have that tradition of somehow they don't do puja. Maximum they put some idols and do the diya batti, दो चार फूल फेंकते वहां. Very few are there who properly do the dhyanam, avahanam, asanam, padyam, argyam, achaniyam. Isn't it? So the higher intellect should tell. The lower mind says, no, 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 it has its own. Tell that how long you will be destroying like that by not doing all these positive things. When this is done, it is good for you, it is good for me too. In that way, the higher intellect should again scold the lower mind to make it do the thing, just like the parents do both the things of stopping the child by scolding from doing wrong things, and they force him to do the right thing. अब बैठो, सेल फोन छोड़ो, पढ़ाई करो. खेलना छोड़ो, पढ़ाई करो, homework करो. So what is not to be done, that is stopped, and what is to be done, that is made to be done. We have to tell our lower mind. It says, no, I can't meditate today. Why can't you? You must. You sit, let us see what will happen. No, today I cannot go to the class. No. Why? You have to go, that's all. Isn't it? Unless we go to class, how can we get the information? How can we get the knowledge? Higher knowledge, authentic knowledge. So, in avoiding what is not to be done, as well as in doing what's to be done, the higher intellect should learn the art of, taking the prana out of this lower mind. This is how we win. Otherwise, which is the other way? Batao. Which God will come and do what? There's no God anybody. You are the God. He is inside you only. The outer God is to invoke the inner Shaktis. And finally, it is from within me, I have to work. From within me, I have to work. Nobody will work for me. Nobody will come and do anything for me permanently. The divinity will bless us with conveniences, with resources. But doing is our job. Nobody does it for us. याद रख लेना इस बात को. That day Is a golden day you can write on the your own diary, where we realize this, that finally it is I who have to take charge of my life. It is I who will have to use the existing Purushartha Samarthya and increase the Purushartha Samarthya to do higher and higher sadhanas of avoiding the nonsense and doing the positive. ये मुझे करना है. So the today's thought is Vijaya Suktam, then Jayalakshmi Mantra, and the Vijaya Rahasya. Two Vijayas we have to have. One victory is in Spashtata of Sadhya Sadhana. Second victory is in doing the sadhana. And that is done by the increasing the power of the higher intellect, which is convinced about the goal and means, and that defeating the lower mind, which is only worldly, only extroverted, only negative. हम तो सीधा साधना की बात कहा, बाकी सब भी. The lower mind says झूठ बोलो. The higher intellect should say, if you tell झूठ to one, 10 fellows, 10 fellows will tell you. The lower mind says, let me cheat that fellow. The higher intellect should say, that doesn't work. It's not the way the world is made. The lower mind says, let me scold that fellow, hate that fellow, or get attracted or attached. The higher intellect should say, how long you will be lost in that nonsense? Think about it. So far, the lower mind alone is victorious. Like the pseudo patriotic people who are ruling our country for such a long time. अकल आकर आपने ठीक लोगों को वोट दिया, आप बच रहे हो. See that all this requires one, sitting, two, focusing on ourselves, three, then studying ourselves and knowing what we are doing, and knowing whatever we are doing is wrong, and knowing what is right to do, and planning as to how to do the right thing. This is called adhyatmikata. Spirituality means this: I attend myself, I observe myself, I know what's going on, and I know what has to happen, and I change from what's happening to what should happen. That is spirituality. अब क्या है ना, we are not sitting with ourselves. Maximum in the class, that also we are with our acharyas, gurus. Throughout the day, we are only with some things or beings or situations or activities or indulgences. We are never with ourselves. Day is gone, another day coming, that also is going on that way. Never we are sitting and planning, thinking and planning for ourselves. समझ ही नहीं हम अभी शुरू कब करेंगे. शुरू ही नहीं हुआ तो when will we reach the destination? So today's Vijaya is little crucial. Think about it. Thank you. Om 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 Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. ओं नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः. ओं यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्य प्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्व वेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्. ओं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः. ओम निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. ओम श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्. ॐ विदिताखिलशास्त्रसुधाजलधे महितोपनिषत्कथितार्थनिधे हृदये कलये विमलं चरणं भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम्. ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मत् गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आचार्येभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्यप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्तिविश्व आध्यात्मिकप्रगत्यर्थं धर्मसंस्थापकानां नित्यनिरन्तर दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराममन्दिरवत् शिवकृष्णादिमन्दिरादीनां पुनरवाप्ति तेषु निरन्तरशास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तरशत्रुविघ्न समूलनिर्मूलनपूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिकहिन्दवसंस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्षपुरुषार्थानां सुसम्प्रतिष्ठा अवाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां सङ्कल्पितसत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्मसाफल्यार्थम् अनेकशास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्नमध्ये कृष्णयजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्नं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम नित्यानंदं निराधारं निखिलाधारम् अव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहं। पारायणम् अथ षष्ठोऽध्यायः। How many we have chanted? Sixth, seventh, let us chant. Om Tamishwaranam Paramam Maheshwaram Tam Devatanam Paramam Cha Daivatam Patim Patinam Paramam Parastat Vidama Devam Bhuvanesha Medyam Natasya Karyam Karanam Cha Vidyate Natat Samaschabhyadikascha Drushyate Parasya Shaktir Vividaiva Shruyate स्वाभाविकी ज्ञानबलक्रिया च न तस्य कश्चित् पतिरस्ति लोके न चेशिता नैव च तस्य लिङ्गम् सकारणं करणाधिपाधिपः न चास्य कश्चित् जनिता न चाधिपः. This is our daily little bit of chanting, making us familiar with the mantra. Now today we will see this mantra 16th वाला पूरा एक बार पढ़ ले. ओम सविश्वकृत विश्वविद आत्मयोनिः ज्ञः कालकारो गुणी सर्वविद्यः प्रधान क्षेत्रज्ञ पतिर्गुणेशः संसार मोक्ष स्थिति बंध हेतुः सविश्वकृत विश्वविदात्मयोनिः ज्ञः कालकारो गुणी सर्वविद्यः प्रधान क्षेत्रज्ञ पतिर्गुणेशः संसार मोक्ष स्थिति बंध हेतुः. In this Vishwakrut we have seen Vishwavid, we saw the meaning. Atmaha cha yonihi cha, that also we saw. Jnaha is pure consciousness, knows everything. Then Kalakaraha. Kalakaraha means who is the one from whose Maya the concept of the Kala is Kalpita. And the Kala, okay, is of three types. One Kala is the common to all, which happens because of the movement of the star and sun and moon. Second Kala is the mind-made Kala of each of them, depending on which yoni they are, jivas. Third Kala is beyond the Kala wherein we are so much engrossed in doing exactly what to do to reach exactly what we have to reach, that we are into a different Kala of Lakshya Marga. We have transcended these Surya Chandra Nirdeshita Kala. You know, we can call it as what? Chronological Kala. Transcending that chronological Kala, entering into a different Kala wherein we are not bothered about the time, but we are bothered about the goal to be reached, means to be adopted. First is the common caller to all, wherein sun, moon, star are moving, there were days and nights and months and weeks are happening, whether we are aware or not, it is there for all. Within that, again the Kala for the human being, the Ayurdhayam 100 years. For the some other animals, this is the thing, this is the thing. So this is a second type of Kala. That also Bhagwan made. Third Kala is very typical. Spiritual Kala you can call for spiritual people, like a scientist. He doesn't bother about the time concept. अगर उनको रात में 2 बजे thought आ गया मानो, he goes to the lab and makes that researches. He is not in the chronological kala कि नहीं रात का टाइम सिर्फ सोने के लिए होना चाहिए दिन में. No, no, no. A poet also. उनको सुबह 3 बजे any thought comes, he sits and does the poetry. He doesn't say no, no, this is not the time for this. Time is transcended there. In applying oneself to the like a spiritual sadhak also. रात में 1 बजे उनको नींद खोलते, he will do the meditation. अरे रे रात को मेडिटेशन नहीं करना चाहिए. अरे व्हाट नॉनसेंस. मेडिटेशन जब मौका मिलता है तब करना है. Tonight now I'm feeling I'll do it, that's it. So he is no more bound by the chronological time. He is transcended that time. He is into the spiritual time. He is into the goal and means time. How to reach the goal, I have to do the means. And doesn't matter which time it is. Every time it is time for that. So this is how the time can be in many ways discussed, etc. Few things we have seen today. So he is the Kala Kara. One meaning of it. Second meaning is whenever the Kala topic comes, immediately it brings with it, as we saw yesterday, the Desha and Vastu. One thing. Second is, it is a Kala which brings into the functioning the concept of Karana and Karya, cause and effect. And the cause and effect is called as creation. Like there is a seed, you have sown it. After 3 or 4 days, this seedling or sprout or it has come, plant, small chota wala. So the seed was the cause. Now the small plant, whatever has come, is an effect. So its object is one only. There are no two things. But the cause seed is made into the effect plant by whom? By the Kala only. So therefore, by projecting a Kala, Bhagavan is creating the Karana Karya, which is called as samsara or creation. That's why when one transcends the mind, one transcends the Karana Karya, therefore there is no creation at all like in sleep. निद्रा में मन नहीं है, इसलिए काल नहीं है, इसलिए कारण कार्य नहीं है, इसलिए देयर इज नो कॉज एंड इफेक्ट और क्रिएशन इन द माइंड. डीप स्लीप में देयर इज नो वर्ल्ड, नो क्रिएशन. So Kalakara in that way can be understood. By projecting the concept of Kala, Bhagavan is making cause and effect wala entire Srishti. And in that Karana Karya alone, both Samsara and Moksha also are there to begin with. Samsara is that when we do the wrong Karana leading for the wrong Karya. Karana is cause, Karya is effect. That also Samsara. I do the papa, so I get the dukkha. So papa has become karana, dukkha has become karya. Adharma has become karana, dharma has become karya. So this is how the karana karya is a cause for my samsara when wrongly utilized. Rightly utilized, when the karana is punya and dharma, the karya will be sukha only. So too when the karana is adhyatmic sadhana, the karya, the result will be the adhyatmic anubhuti and moksha. Isn't it? We have to do this sadhana to evolve spiritually. When we reach to the spiritual truth, the nature of it is one without second in that there is no desha kala, the concept, therefore it is beyond karya karan. लेकिन वहां पहुंचने के लिए तो we have to do the karana ना. Like you come to the class every day is a karana. So the karya is the knowledge is becoming clearer more and more day by day. If that karana of coming to class is not there, the knowledge will not come, the karya, isn't it? If the manana chintana karana is not done, then the karya of this spashtata of the knowledge, it will not come. That is why everywhere in Shastras, do sadhana, do you carry. Like nobody says don't do sadhana, things will happen by itself. Which is the Shastra says, in whichever the religion also, that सब कुछ अपने आप हो जाएगा, you need not do anything. ऐसा नहीं है ना. So that way, Kalakaraha is equal to Karanakarya is equal to Sushtikaraha, and the people who misuse the Karanakarya Sambandha, for them the Samsara Hetu, and those who rightly utilize the Karanakarya Sambandha, for them the liberation Hetu. This Kala created by Brahma. Again I am saying, Bhagavan projected Kala. In the Kala there is Karanakarya. Because of Karana Karya, one, Srishti is happening. Because of Karana Karya, two, the samsaris are continuing in samsara. Because of Karana Karya, which is projection of Kala, the sadhakas are doing sadhana and evolving. Beautiful thought, no? Kala Karaha. If the idea of the Kala is not there, in which Karana Karya are not there, then no, the world will not sustain only. Why the farmers are sowing the seeds? Because they know it's a karana, tomorrow the karya, the plants will come. Why people are going and working in the offices? They know it's a karana, end of the month, the karya, the salary comes. So that's how the kala's beauty. And the kala is linear, but divided again into bhuta bhavishyat vardhamana from our individuality standpoint. So I am taking me as means the past, future, present is measured. Otherwise, kala chali raha hai bas. In Vedantic sadhana, the past is forgotten, the future is never imagined. In the present, one attends to the pure presence, the consciousness. He is gone beyond the time. So many things that can be discussed. Sufficient. So Kalakaraha means Kalasya Karta. He is the doer of the Kala, creator of the Kala, projector of the Kala, giver of the Kala, all that explained. We have seen all the minimum details. Then next one is Guni. Guni is a good quality. भगवान का ये और एक लक्षण. What is the meaning of Guni? Earlier also this came in the earlier mantra. Bhagavan Shankara gave same meaning as Bhashya. What is it? Apahata papmadiman. Guni means apahata papmadiman. Be conscious here. Apahata papmadi means the one in whose idea or thought or action there is no papa at all. That is called Paramatma. And what is papa? Parapedanam. Okay? What it means is, in this universe, any number of jivas the Bhagavan has created or projected, he has never created them to give them dukkha. Dukkha dena papa hai. Abahata papa means Bhagavan is papa rahita. Your Bhagavan never created this world to give dukkha to anyone. Point one. Point two. Even when some of us do the papa, as a result of that, when Bhagavan gives dukkha to us, that giving dukkha also is not that he wants to enjoy giving us dukkha. Behind that dukkha also, behind that dukkha given to us by the Lord also, it is his kripa, it is his prema, it is his karuna that we are exhausting that karma phala and we are learning from it not to do a wrong thing. Isn't it? Like the honest teacher in a school, in olden days example I am telling, बेंच पे खड़ा करता है बच्चे को क्लास पूरा, या he is made to stand outside kneel down in that sunlight, नहीं तो ये दीवार पे एक कुर्सी की तरह बैठो खड़े हो जाओ. No, in that punishment also there is karuna that He will think and he will understand that he is insulted and punished for his wrongdoing. He should not be like that. Therefore, he should change. It is karuna only. Bhagavan created all narakas. They are all the washing machines and they are all the cleaning places. Never in any dukkha giving, Bhagavan has any ignoble intention of, chal, let him suffer, I will enjoy him. He is not a sadist. Think about it. He is not a sadist. That's the meaning of apahata papmadi gunaman. Bhagavan never has the papa vritti thought also in him. In the other hand, on the other hand, such a huge universe he made with all the facilities for all the beings for their own joy and happiness. More than all, that he has given freedom specially to the human beings out of Kripa Karuna. We misuse it and we create problems to ourselves. And always, we are the problem creators and he is the one who comes and destroys or eliminates the problem. What is the topic we are studying here? Bhagavan is Guni. Guni means Sadguni. Sadguni means no Durgunas. No Durguna means no Papa Adi Durguna. Proof, these are the explanations. That's why the one who understands this thing intellectually, he alone means what he says. What he says? जो प्रभु ने दिया मैं उसको स्वीकार करता हूँ. Whatever the Lord gives, I accept. I have no demands or complaints. Whether he gives sukha or whether he gives dukkha. I don't see anything wrong in him. I don't do like these others do, less informed. Oh Lord, why did you send this lady as wife to me who is torturing me every day? He will not say that. Yes, she is required to teach me lesson. तोबा तोबा जिंदगी में नहीं दसों जन्म मिले never again. You understand? I am not completing the sentence. You will not complain why my son is so arrogant and rude with me, disobedient and all. Only one son, I had so many hopes on him. Such a hopeless fellow is, oh Lord, you are cruel, you are criminal, you are. He will not say that. The one who understands that the Lord is Guni, Lord is free from the Papa karma, etc. He has never ignoble intentions. Very good thought this one. Apahata papmadi. भगवान इन द सेम वे वो साधना के दृष्टि से देखो when we also keep on freeing ourselves from this sinful thoughts and actions of troubling others for our own upadi sukha, when we keep on reducing it, we also grow in our stature, we also start becoming divine. What is the divinity? Giving lesser and lesser and zero dukkha to others, giving more and more sukha shanti to others. That's the divinity. That one can do when one identifies with others. One can identify with others when one knows that there is only one reality which is permeating. That's why Vedanta. A pure Vedanta alone can love all as his own self, therefore can serve everyone. Then he is divine. ये सब interconnected होते हैं. Only a Tattvajnani has the clear logical understanding that all is me, therefore loving and serving others is effortless and natural. Like I love myself, I serve myself. आत्मौपम्येन सर्वत्र समं पश्यति अर्जुन सुखम वा यदि वा दुःखम स योगी परमो मतः परमयोगी. So Paramatma is in this way Vishwakrut, Vishwavit, Atmayonihi, Jnaha, Kalakaraha, Guni. Up to this we have seen. One more thing is Sarvavita means Vishwaviditi Asya Prapanchaha. Okay. Guni Apahata Papadiman. Okay. Uh, Vishwavit. Savishwakrut Vishwavid is the second point of the Lord. No? From that Vishwavid, the next words. Savishwakrut Vishwavid, third one Atmayonihi, fourth Gnyaha, fifth Kalakaraha, sixth Guni. All these four are the explanations of Vishwavid. He is the Vishwakrut, yeah. And also Vishwavit. How is he Vishwavit, sir? By being Atmayoni, by being Nyaha, by being Kalakara, by being Guni. So that is what Bhashyakara says. Vishwavit iti asya shabdasya asya paramatmana gunasya prapancha. Prapancha means explanation. Pachi vistare. So the vistara description of the word Vishwavit are the next four words. One is Bhagavan Vishwakrut. Second is Bhagavan Vishwavit. Of that second Bhagavan Vishwavit word, the proofs and expansions are the next four words. What are they? Atmayonihi, Nyaha, Kalakaraha, and Guni. These four are the Vistara explanation of the word Vishwavit. That is what it is. Then, Nakarakalo Guni Sarva Guni के साथ क्या है ना सर्व विद्या हाँ So Sarva Vidya. Sarva Vidya means he knows everything. That is the meaning of second word also. The second word is Vishwavita. Fifth word also is Sarva Vidya. In between three are the explanation of that. So started, explained, concluded. Started is Vishwavit. Explained is Atmayonihi Gnyaha Guni Kalakaraha. Concluded is Sarva Vidya. This is how he is Sarva Vidya. He is Sarvavita or Vishwavita. Why? Because all the next words. Atmayonihi Gneha Kalakara Guni. I am concluding Sarvavidya. Then the next one is Pradhana Kshetrajna Patihi. Then Guneshaha. What do you mean by Pradhana Kshetrajna Patihi? Pradhana means Avyakta. Prakriti. The Mula Prakriti. The Mula Prakriti. The basic cause of all that which we are seeing in Stula and Sukshma Rupa, the Mula Karana is called Mula Prakriti. That's called Pradhana. So Pradhanam Avyaktam. Kshetrajna means the Vijnanatma. Whether it is at the Samashti level, the Ishvara. Kshetrajna, the Vijnanatma. At the Veshti level, the individual Jiva. For both the Jiva and Ishvara here and there, the Pradhanam, the Prakriti at the total level called as Maya, individual level called as Avidya. For all these four things, he is Patihi. That pure Brahman is the Lord. So, individual Jiva and Maya Vidya. Samashti Ishvara and his Maya, the Mula Prakriti, the Pradhana. For both of that, he is the Pati. So, Pradhana, Kshetrajna, Patihi. Pradhan ka bhi Pati hai, Kshetrajna ka bhi Pati hai. Pradhana is Mula Prakriti. The Kshetrajna with the totality level is Ishvara. The Pradhana at the individual level is called as Avidya. The Pati of it is the Kshetrajna, the Jiva. So, Jiva Ishvara and their Samashti and Veshti Prakritis is the Pati. That is the meaning of it. So, Kshetrajna Vijnanatma. Tayoho Pati. What do you mean by Pati, sir? Palayita. Because of the pure conscious existence Parabrahma, that the Ishvara is Ishvara and his Maya is Maya. Jiva is Jiva and his Avidya is Avidya. अस्तित्व नहीं है तो अविद्या भी नहीं रहेगा बिकॉज अविद्या अस्थि कहना पड़ता है अस्तित्व नहीं है तो जीव नहीं रहेगा बिकॉज जीव अस्थि कहना पड़ता है if the अस्तित्व is not there maya cannot exist because maya is we have to say if the astitva the pure brahman is not there the ishvara is not there because we have to say ishvara is for ishvara to be is for the maya to be is for the jiva to be is and for his avidya to be is the Parabrahma, the Satchidananda, the real is required. That's how he is called as Patihi Palayita. Tayoho Pati Palayita. So Pradhana Kshetrajna Patihi ho gaya. Now the Guneshaha. Guni has come there. There the Guni means Sadgunavan. Here Guni means Gunanam Sattva Rajastamam Ishaha. Here, Guni means the Lord of all these three gunas of the Prakriti, Sattvic, Rasic, Tamasic gunas. Okay. Now, one thought, we have shared it umpteen number of times once more. The Paramatma's Shakti is called Maya. That itself is called as Mula Prakriti. It is in the Samyavastha, and within the Lord it is undifferentiated from Him. When the Lord becomes aware of it, then it appears as if it is the Shakti of the Lord. And at that time it is in the Samyavastha. All the three gunas are absolutely unmanifest form. Samyavastha. You must understand that. Example is a person when he is sleeping, he is in a Samyavastha. Samyavastha of the thought that when he wakes up, he is 100 things. You know, he is a husband also, he is a father also, he is a doctor also, he is a friend also. When he is in the Vyavahara, he is in that Vishamatha. And he goes on changing from one to the other depending on where is he, what he has to do. Throughout the day, Subhesarat. What happened to him? All these is individualities when he is in deep sleep. In the deep sleep, is he a husband or is a father or is an officer or is a friend or is a car driver? What is he? All of them are in Samyavastha. In the same way, in the initial stage, the Prakriti is in the Samyavastha of non-expression of these three gunas. Next, when again by the Ishvara Sankalpa, when the Samyavastha of the Prakriti gets disturbed, it's called Vishamasthiti, then that Mula Prakriti expresses as three gunas. So, three gunas in Samyavastha is Mula Prakriti. At that level, three gunas are undifferentiated. The man in deep sleep is undifferentiated whether he is a father or the son or the officer. When he gets up, then he, depending on where he is, what he has to do. In the home, he is the husband and father, and he goes to office, he is the boss. So too, when the Mula Prakriti by Ishvara Sankalpa is disturbed, it then expresses as these three gunas. Now, the important thing is, among these three gunas, be attentive of that Mula Prakriti Maya, the Tamo guna is the entire gross dravya. मोटे तौर पर समझ लेना. All the matter aspect is tamoguna. All the activities that are going on, that is called rajoguna. And all the knowledge aspect, intelligence aspect is there, that is called sattva-guna. You know? Like my legs are walking. Think about it. The leg is the tamoguna there. The walking aspect is the rajoguna. And that leg should walk with this speed in this direction, take left turn or right turn. That's the intelligence. It's a sattva-guna. Isn't it? Like an animal also, when it sees a valley or any pit or any of the water, it just stops. It doesn't just go. उसको पता है कि मैं गिरूंगा तो मरूंगा. So that intelligence is sattva guna in it. It is also moving. That is called rajoguna. And there is a sharira, that is tamoguna aspect. The dravya is tamoguna. Kriya is rajoguna. Dhyanam is sattva. All these three belong to Prakriti. And beyond that is Paramatma. He is Jnapti Swarupa, pure consciousness. That is different from these Prakritis, these three gunas. So he is a Guni means Guni, Gunaha, Gunanam, Sattvaravastavam, Ishaha. So Pradhana, Kshetrajna, Pati, Guneshaha. Then Samsara Moksha Sthiti Bandha Hetu is the last line. Samsara Moksha Sthiti Bandhanam Hetuhu Karanam. थोड़ा इसको 10 मिनट पढ़ना होगा because that is more important. We are now in the samsara bandha, we want moksha from it. He is the hetu, how he has to be utilized for it. Let us little study 10 minutes or so tomorrow. Thank you. Om 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 श्रुति मात्रे नमः। तत्सत ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु। थैंक यू। आ जाओ, गीता पढ़ेंगे थोड़ा।